Everyone, good morning. Hold on.
.95 northbound Forest Hill Boulevard, blocking the left lanes to the off-ramp right there. So plenty of slowdowns this afternoon. Practice safety, my friends. This report brought to you by Dell Technologies.
Hey guys, sorry about that.
During Dell's Black Friday and July sale with up to $500 off.
Forgot to do something there. Wookiees. Wookiees, a member for 2 months. Well, thank you, Wookiees, for your support and for being there. Don't forget, all the members, check out all that exclusive member content. Oh, so this story of the 10-year-old girl in Ohio is just amazing. So that is what I'm going to start with today. So that is what... I mean, that's just a massive story. Wesley, Sabrina, Michael, welcome all the members there and everyone else.
In Ukraine, Russia continues to target civilians.
The Russians seem frustrated at the amount of...
You know, with our new format, I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I mean, I knew this when they set up the new format, but I don't think I've talked about it. You know, we actually have more talk time. You know, if you notice, our commercials are mostly 30 seconds long now, so we've, you know... So we actually have much more content time that's non-commercial.
Left 2 people dead and 3 wounded. This is ABC News.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around.
Yeah, that 10-year-old girl story we found out was true, but we'll get into what it's about when we get on the air here. I'm not too sure what that's about, Frosted Sleet. I'll take your word for it, but here we go.
Get smarter with the Steve Kane Show, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
All right, good morning, everyone. Yes, my name is Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977, celebrating 45 years on the radio this year. Isn't that amazing? I am Brian Craig. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. And man, oh man, we have so much to talk about today on the program. The story of the 10-year-old Ohio girl who was impregnated through a rape and went to Indiana for an abortion because she was a couple of days past the 6-week Ohio ban after President Trump overturned Roe v. Wade. Well, it turns out that the 10-year-old girl, that it was a true story, that the girl was raped and impregnated and beyond the 6 weeks. And I know what a lot of leftists are saying. Oh, you guys were all wrong that we're calling it a hoax. Because I was on this story first. When that story came out over a week ago, I told you it was fake news. And then as the weekend went on, other people, other conservatives around the country started calling it out as fake news. And then night before last, Jesse Waters on his Fox News show had the Attorney General on of Ohio, and they were both calling it fake news. And then, shocker, we find out there was an arrest made. Wow. And the girl was indeed raped twice that we know about by an illegal immigrant, an undocumented person. I don't know what names they use and labels these days, but an illegal alien raped this girl at least twice, and get this, it's worse. Investigators believe that she was impregnated before she was 10, when she was 9, that she has just turned 10 years old. Now, everyone out there who's saying, You were wrong. Jesse Waters was wrong. Dinesh D'Souza was wrong. Everyone was wrong on the right who said this was fake news. That is not the case. All of us, and I'm going to give Jesse Waters the primary credit for this because he brought the national attention to the story night before last on his show on Fox News. But Jesse Waters and all of us who brought this story to light not only saved this girl, but God knows how many other girls in the future from being raped by this sicko. See, it turns out the Democrats were covering up for the victim because he's an illegal. And if Jesse Waters and me and others like me were not talking about this story and calling it out, that rapist, that kitty rapist, that low-life scummy guy would still be on the loose. So, yeah, that's right. That's right. So this is, and this is really a nightmare case. I'm going to go through a story out of the Columbus Dispatch, my old hometown newspaper. I'm in Florida, and I lived in Florida almost my whole life, but my hometown is Columbus, Ohio. And I remember reading the Columbus Dispatch when I was a little kid in school. But I'm going to read the story from the Columbus Dispatch in just a bit that goes through the details. This kitty rapist would be on the loose if we did not call out that story, because the abortionist and the pro-abortion people were protecting the rapist because it doesn't fit the narrative. There's a conflict for them. They don't want a negative story out there about illegals. Remember what President Trump said? They're not sending us their best. They're sending criminals and thugs. That's right. That's right. And I bet you when they do, if they do some background check on this guy south of the border, he's from Guatemala, I believe. I bet he's got a record down there too. You know, when this illegal that they arrested for raping this girl when she was 9, impregnating her at 9, who just turned 10. My goodness, what grade is that? Is that 4th grade? 5th grade? I think it's 4th grade, 9. What a sicko. That's not something you just do once. This scummy guy has probably been doing this for years, and he would never, these guys never stop. They never stop. They do 20 years in prison, they get out, they go back to it. So Jesse Waters and the rest of us who called out this story as fake news, we weren't wrong, we did something right. If we were not calling that story out as fake news, there would be no justice in that case. Oh man. Oh man. And you know, this is what we've been talking about in the pro-life movement for years, that these pro-abortion people are covering up for rape all the time. All they're concerned about is closing the sale on the abortion, allowing these creeps to go free, covering for them. I want to hear your thoughts on this at 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. I'll take a call or two before the break, and then after the break, I'll read through the story in the Columbus Dispatch that gives us all the dirty details. You're on the radio. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Louisiana.
Yes, Louisiana.
Hey, Brian. I would have never thought you would have stuck. You would have went so low as you just went this morning. Brian.
What, exposing a child rapist? How's that low?
Oh, you are a low person. Y'all did not believe this story. Now y'all want to take credit for it?
Well, no, we're not taking credit for it. No, we're not taking credit. What we're doing, we're taking credit for the arrest of this creep.
Brian, y'all didn't believe the story. Y'all, you and Jesse Waters are some low-life scum.
Oh, we're low-life scum. Really?
And that rapist. Y'all
worse. We are okay. So Jesse Waters and little old me, we are worse than this illegal who impregnated a 9-year-old child. What's wrong with you?
Y'all low-life scum. That's what y'all are. Y'all low-life scum. Because you and Jesse Waters didn't believe this story. Now it's supposed to be illegal aliens. Now y'all want to take Now y'all want to take...
Well, slow down and stuff. Okay, slow down. I want to clarify what you said. Okay, you think Jesse Waters is a lowlife. You think I am a lowlife. Okay, fine. You can think that. It's America. But you said something that I don't think you meant. And I want to repeat what you said, and I want you to clarify. You said that Jesse Waters and myself, that we are worse than this illegal who raped a 9-year-old girl and impregnated her in Ohio? Is that what you said? We're worse than that guy? A kitty rapist?
Y'all
You want to retract that part?
not worse than him.
Okay, so you retracted that statement. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
But y'all are low life because y'all did not believe this poor baby. Now that the story come out, oh, y'all saved this child. No, y'all didn't. Y'all didn't believe her.
Not only was this child saved by Jesse Waters, myself, Dinesh D'Souza, and many, many other conservatives, future children will not be victimized by this monster because of us.
This child. Now y'all want to take credit for it.
Yeah, because we put the spotlight on it.
Y'all didn't. And y'all...
Yes, we all did.
Y'all did. Y'all some low-life scum, bruh. Y'all low.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, I know y'all, a lot of your callers always talking about, you say bruh. Yeah, I say bruh, because they're short for brother.
Yeah.
If some of your callers don't know what that means, I feel sorry for them. But y'all are low for taking advantage of that.
Tell me, but I noticed you haven't had any negative words for the kitty rapist. Would you like to go on the record about the kitty rapist?
He's a sorry piece of shit.
Oh, hey. All right. There's the dump. First time today, Rich. Oh, my goodness. Yes. Those of you that are new to the program, you'll become very familiar with the dump. It's typically used with liberal callers. And we are on delay. If you're listening on the radio, what you are hearing is at least 10 seconds old. I have a 10-second delay from my studio to master control. And Louisiana used a word that you're not allowed to use on the radio. So, boom. First time we hit the dump button today. When is the last time I hit a dump button for a conservative? I'm not exactly sure about that. Oh, man. Well, welcome, everyone. Good morning. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. There you have it. Notice how the liberals more angry at us for putting a spotlight on this kitty rapist than they are the kitty rapist, only condemning the kitty rapist when asked. Our number is toll-free, 888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. The Steve Kane Show is on the air 5 a.m. till 9 a.m. weekday mornings. And, of course, we do take live calls on the radio. I'm Brian Craig. We will be back right after this. Weekday mornings. And, of course, we do take live calls on the radio. I'm Brian Craig. We will be back right after this.
They're the most polarizing talk show hosts in all of South Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Mornings 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
You've seen the ads on TV, and you've heard your friends tell you about MyPillow. MyPillow is guaranteed the most comfortable pillow you will ever own. Right now at MyPillow.com, when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout, buy one MyPillow, one for free. But you have to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com for this incredible offer. Buy one MyPillow, get another one free. Go to MyPillow.com right now. Use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E.
Do you suffer from neuropathy, back pain, shoulder pain, or osteoarthritis? Stop the suffering and stop the pain. Call Lighthouse Medical Center, 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation when you mention you heard them on the radio. 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. Online at lighthousemedicalcenter.com.
An honest auto mechanic. You probably don't think they exist, but one does. Eddie at Champagne Automotive Repair in new, old, classic cars, even hybrids. Champagne Automotive Repair is the official mechanic of the Steve Kane Show. Call 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. And make sure you tell him you heard about him on the Steve Kane Show. Women, you know menopause is no fun, but there is help available for your menopause symptoms with Dr. Mitch Matez at the Bayou Station, West El Rey. Hormone replacement pellet therapy will 100% stop and reverse the signs and symptoms of menopause. Mood swings gone. Night sweats gone. Vaginal dryness reversed. You'll get your sex drive back too.
Steve Kane Show. Yeah, hold on. What's your name? Sandra, you'll be up after the break. Hold on.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there.
Oh, man. Welcome, everyone. Make sure you like the video. And if you're new, subscribe, all right?
Allergy. Find out and have your allergies tested at any lab test now of Coral Springs or any lab test now of Boca. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located
Steve
at
Kane Show.
955
Huh?
Just call in 888-GO-KANE-1.
Hello.
You'll thank us later. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Oh, man, the delay is re-engaged. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. I tell you, these liberals, they're losing it. All right, welcome back, everyone. Callers on hold, stand by. We're talking about Jesse Waters, myself, Dinesh D'Souza, Kristi Noem, and countless other MAGA pro-life conservatives have brought to justice an illegal immigrant who raped this girl in Ohio who was just turned 10. He impregnated her when she was 9. Guy's only been arrested because of Jesse Waters and all of us who brought attention to this story. All right, looking for liberals to condemn the kitty rapist without being asked, and your thoughts are welcome too, who are good conservative patriots. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Sandra, and I'm calling from Indiana.
Sandra from Indiana, what's on your mind? Oh, boy.
I have about 3 things I need to mention. I did watch Jesse Waters the other night, and it was mentioned there was no police report made of the rape. And how come this child was raped twice, not taken to the ER after it was reported and given the morning after pill? Why it went on for so long? Why this person was not arrested? Where were the parents? Why did they let this happen? And yes, when the report first came out, because there was no report, a police report made, it did make me wonder if the left was using this as a tactic.
Well, they were trying to use it as a tactic, but it backfired because it exposed what's going on here. And this is something we've talked about forever about the pro-abortion people. They cover up for adult men who rape girls all the time, underage girls, because, you know, that's just not where their interests lie. And this illegal that raped this baby, 9 years old, she just turned 10. She turned 10 after she was impregnated, right? I mean, think about that. Raped her twice, it's being reported now. This guy is only in jail right now because Jesse Waters, myself, and all the others around the country put a spotlight on this.
And I put some of the blame on the parents, or most of the blame, because it was not reported to the police in time to apprehend this person, and then the doctors that refused to report it they are just as guilty.
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you something. Columbus, Ohio, it's like I say, Columbus, Ohio is my hometown. And that's a liberal town. Columbus, Ohio is a Democrat town. Remember, they got this liberal mayor who wanted to change the name of Columbus, Ohio to Flavortown or something because it's named after, of course, the great explorer Christopher Columbus. And the mayor of the city thinks that the name of the city is racist. That tells you what's going on there. And during the Black Lives Matter riots a couple of summers ago, Columbus was hit hard in their downtown area by BLM. And, of course, like other liberal cities, they did nothing about it. So, you're dealing with a liberal town. They don't want to put a spotlight that an illegal is a criminal.
What's happened to this child being raped and having to go through an abortion?
Oh, my goodness.
She'll have to live with this the rest of her life, and she's going to need to get good mental counseling. Oh, yeah, she's messed up for life. Messed up for life. And how many, this creep that did this lowlife that did this, this isn't something you do just once to one person. This is something this guy's been doing probably his whole life and would continue to do it until he was stopped. So not only has this girl been saved, and there'll be some justice here because of Jesse Waters and all the rest of us, but future victims will not become victims. Having castrated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what? That still doesn't work. When they're chemically castrated, they still offend.
Well, at least having castrated, maybe he'll feel like a poor cow.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I mean. You put him in general population in prison, and that could have a result too. Hey, take care, Sandra from Indiana. All right, so let me read. This is in the local news of the story, the Columbus Dispatch. Arrest made in rape of Ohio girl that led to Indiana abortion drawing international attention, reads the headline. This story came out at 12:18 yesterday. A Columbus man has been charged with impregnating a 10-year-old Ohio girl whose travel to Indiana to seek an abortion led to international attention following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade and activation of Ohio's abortion law. This story in the Columbus Dispatch has a lot of details. And the details they give open up more questions that need to be asked of the Columbus police. Gerson Fuentes, 27, whose last known address was an apartment on Columbus's northwest side, was arrested Tuesday. Now, it doesn't tell us what time on Tuesday, but Jesse Waters' show was on Tuesday. Jesse Waters had the Attorney General of Ohio on his program Tuesday. So either he was arrested Tuesday after the show or Tuesday before, but the local police had suddenly gotten interested because the Attorney General of Ohio was asking about it. Was arrested Tuesday after Columbus police say he confessed to raping the child on at least 2 occasions. He's since been charged with rape, a felony of the first degree in Ohio. Columbus police were made aware of the girl's pregnancy through a referral by Franklin County Children's Services that was made by her mother June 22nd. Detective Jeffrey Hunn testified Wednesday morning at Fuentes' arraignment. On June 30th, the girl underwent a medical abortion in Indianapolis. Detective Hunn testified that DNA from the clinic in Indianapolis is being tested against samples from Fuentes, that's the rapist, as well as the child's siblings to confirm contribution to the aborted fetus. They have taken the remains of the fetus. Franklin County is the county that Columbus, Ohio was in. Franklin County Municipal Court Judge Cynthia Ebner said the case did not warrant Fuentes, who was believed to be undocumented, to be held without bond. The judge said a high bond was necessary due to Fuentes being a possible flight risk and for the safety of the child involved. Before being arrested, the detective Detective Hun and Detective David Phillips collected saliva samples from Fuentes. There's a $2 million bond for this creep. He's being held at the Franklin County Jail. The criminal charges and testimony from the Columbus detective further confirm the disturbing story that has become a key flashpoint. The Indianapolis Star, the sister paper of the Columbus Dispatch, first reported earlier this month that a 10-year-old rape victim traveled from Ohio to Indiana for an abortion. So it looks like no arrest was made, even though the mother, well into the pregnancy, sadly, went to police. No arrest was made until Jesse Waters, the Ohio Attorney General, and pro-life conservatives nationwide started asking questions. And then the cops in this liberal Democrat town of Columbus, Ohio, decided, well, we better get involved, even though undocumented immigrants are supposed to be the sweetest, most kind people that are just coming to America. It didn't fit the narrative. They don't want undocumented people to be portrayed as criminals, even if they are. That's why no arrest was made. Callers on hold, stand by. We're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show. My name is Brian Craig. This is the longest-running radio show in the state of Florida on the radio since 1977. Back after this. This is Brian Craig. This is the longest-running radio show in the state of Florida on the radio since 1977. Back after this.
The Steve Kane Show, telling it like it is, whether you like it or not. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Transmitting the true oldies for South.
Steve Kane Show. Hey, hold on. Oh, man. This is a big one, guys. This is a big one. Julian, $5 super chat. Thank you, Julian P. Please thank Julian P. for that, guys. The AG says the doctor who set the trip up may have broken the law for not reporting the incident. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Thanks for that intel.
The scattered rain and storms does develop later on. A couple of storms do last as we head throughout your late afternoon hours and into the early evening, but drier conditions for your Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, Broward County, we have an accident 95 northbound just before sunrise. Also 95 southbound after Sterling. We're slow with a crash here. Palm Beach County, 95 southbound before Gateway Boulevard, a disabled vehicle here, and another one, 95 southbound after Woolbright, a disabled there. This report brought to you by Publix Supermarkets. Publix is hiring full and part-time selectors for their distribution centers in Deerfield and Boynton Beach. Make up to $30 or more an hour and get group health, dental, and vision plans. Apply today to join the Publix team at jobs.publix.com. Publix is proud to be an equal opportunity employer dedicated to a diverse workforce. That's your traffic. I'm Greg Tanner.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness? Loss of balance?
This I'm listening to on iHeart. This is one of our other radio stations up in Indian River County.
One does.
I just wanted to hear how they've got different traffic because they're in a different part of the state of Florida. So they're giving traffic information on their roads, and our station here is giving traffic on the roads around here.
Don't miss incredible Macy's Black Friday and July specials, like 50% off designer dresses for any occasion. And complete the look with 30 to 50% off summer shoes and sandals. And get 40 to 60% off gadgets and cookware from Martha Stewart collection. Or get an extra 25% off with your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, download the Macy's app for even more great deals. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive?
Awesome. They play different commercials at different times than our station here plays. Oh, her childhood's over, Lisa. Yeah, that link up there, that's my wife, the Calming Cafe. You guys, if you could follow my wife's channel, the Calming Cafe, it's a music channel she has. trying to get her over the 1,000 subs on that channel. And that link up there that she pinned, that's my merch store, magamerch.shop. And Michael Todd. Hey, Debbie, good morning.
And make sure to tell him you heard about him on the radio. A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is what? Uh-oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you ever think you might not be sick, you might have an allergy? Find out and have your allergies tested at any lab test now of Coral Springs or any lab test now of Boca. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University
Don't want to knock down my sign.
Southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983.
Good morning, Sharon. Welcome to all the members. You know, those of you that are members, make sure you check out all the exclusive members content, including vlogs and all kinds of other things that we put up there. Yeah, if you click on the Calming Cafe, click on the profile name. Click on it, it's pinned up there, the profile name. It'll take you to the channel.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did until I went to Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in my hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching have all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation. 754-222-6642.
This is Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Give me a call today to save up to 50% on your insulation and radiant barrier. Up to 35% on your...
Here we go.
That's 954
Coming back.
939-1500. 954-939-1500.
Grab your coffee and get ready to be triggered. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. It is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Callers on hold, stand by. Let me do a quick recap of what we are talking about here. Just an amazing story. Okay, so you've all heard the story of the 10-year-old girl who was just a couple days past the 6-month pregnancy mark and could not get an abortion in Ohio and traveled to Indiana for it. Well, we're finding out that the story was not fake news, that it was true, but, well, it looks like Child Protective Services, the abortion doctor in Indiana, and Democrat detectives in Democrat Columbus, Ohio, were protecting the rapist, a 27-year-old illegal who is now in the Franklin County Jail in Columbus, Ohio. He was arrested Tuesday, but I'm unclear on what time. I've looked through several news stories. None of them have said what time the arrest was made. The arrest was made as a direct result of Jesse Waters on Fox News. He had the Attorney General on, and remember, night before last, which was Tuesday night, the Attorney General looked into it. He told Jesse Waters, couldn't find anything about this 10-year-old girl. So what I'm telling you is, the detectives went out and made the arrest because the Attorney General of Ohio was making inquiries. That's right. That's right. This is really... Jesse Waters saved this girl. Not only this girl, but who knows how many other girls he's been raping and would have raped in the future if he had not been arrested, which the police chose not to do. The mother of the little girl made the report at the end of June. and they didn't make a move. All they were concerned about was getting the abortion. By the way, why didn't they do it at the hospital when the mother first made the report? All right, let's go to the phones. 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call from anywhere. And to our new listeners up in the Palm Beaches and Treasure Coast area, welcome to the program. You are all welcome to call in as well. Whether you agree or disagree with what you're hearing on this program, we welcome all to call in. All of our calls are live and screenless. All right? Our number 1-888-465-2631. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
I think that you need to put the puzzle pieces together for a second. What happened last summer at the Biden cases at the southern border? Numerous sexual assaults and rapes. What are they pushing for now? Abortions at the southern border.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that this goes way, way deeper. That I think that you just uncovered the tip of a very big iceberg.
Oh, no, this is a big one. This is a big one, and there's a lot of questions to be answered here because the Columbus Dispatch is reporting that the mother of the little girl reported the rape of her child at the end of June, and where were the detectives? Why didn't they go out and make the arrest then? I mean, the reality is these Democrats don't care. They weren't concerned about the rapists. Let me play Biden. This is, let me see, where's this clip? This is Biden at the Friday press conference.
Just last week it was reported that a 10-year-old girl was a rape victim in Ohio. 10 years old. And she was forced to have to travel out of the state to Indiana to seek to terminate the presidency and maybe save her life. That's
he said presidency, not pregnancy, Biden, but this is Biden, you know how that goes.
And she was forced to have to travel out of the state to Indiana to seek to terminate the presidency and maybe save her life. That's the last part is my judgment. 10 years old. 10 years old. Rape, 6 weeks pregnant.
After the system in Columbus, Ohio, which is run by Democrats, that's a Democrat town pushed around by Black Lives Matter and others, Columbus, Ohio, okay? So that little girl, I give her legal status. Absolutely. I don't want to send her back.
100%. And there's no crime. There is no punishment harsh enough for this guy because she barely started.
That's right. And I'm calling for the Attorney General to begin an investigation of these detectives. Why did they not go out and arrest this rapist until after it either happened after Jesse Waters' program or after the Attorney General started calling around asking questions about it. And then they got scared and went out and made an arrest. Regardless, the arrest happened because of Jesse Waters' show, even if it happened before the show went live. Attorney General, who was looking into it, and he couldn't find anything because they didn't pursue it. Hey, Andrea, thanks for the call. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing.
Maria from Florida.
Hey, Maria.
Hey, Brian. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing the best I can do. You know, this story is sick.
Yes, it is. And I am very upset. I feel when I first heard this story, I am sorry for this 10-year-old girl, but this is so sad.
This is horrible for any child to go through that.
Now let me, Now there's one thing I'm not clear about, and maybe someone in the audience can clarify. I've been hearing in the news that she still would have been able to get an abortion over the 6 weeks in Ohio. If someone has some specifics on what that's about, call me because I'm a little unclear. Hey Maria, I appreciate the call. I got to run for our break.
Okay.
All right, take care. All right, it's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. My name is Brian Craig, back with more of your calls after the break. 888-465-2631, back after this. Craig, back with more of your calls after the break. 888-465-2631, back after this.
Tired of boring mornings? We serve controversy with your morning coffee. The Steve Kane Show. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom Laporta. He's the best in the business. Remember, small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks turn into big problems. Call licensed contractor Tom Laporta for a free roof inspection. 954-604-4602. And tell him Steve Kane sent you.
You've seen the ads on TV, and you've heard your friends tell you about MyPillow. MyPillow is guaranteed the most comfortable pillow you will ever own. Right now at MyPillow.com, when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout, buy one MyPillow, get one for free. But you have to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com for this incredible offer. Buy one MyPillow, get another one free. Go to MyPillow.com right now. Use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E.
This is your captain speaking. You better buckle your seatbelts for this one. I noticed my passport was due to expire, so I went to Staples. I got a passport photo in 10 minutes, so we're good to go.
Now at Staples, get 20% off travel products when you purchase a passport photo. Get travel ready at Staples, your one-stop travel prep destination.
Let me tell you about another time that Staples saved my caboose. That all started back.
And 731 in-store only. Excludes Instacart orders, certain products, services, and technology. See staplesconnect.com/services/travel for details.
This is Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Give me a call today to save up to 50% on your insulation and radiant barrier, and up to 35% on your electric bill. That's 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious. Crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. Everything homemade. Nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back. Oh man, this is we're talking about this very upsetting story out of Ohio. If it were not for Jesse Waters' program Night Before Last on Fox News, a kitty rapist would still be free on the streets of Columbus, Ohio. A detective testified Wednesday. This is in the Daily Mail. The previous story I was reading was from the Columbus Dispatch. I have to go to the United Kingdom to get information. If you think about that, I got to go to Europe to get information about what's going on in Ohio because the media are covering this story up. A detective testified Wednesday that Columbus police learned about the girl's pregnancy through a referral by Franklin County, Ohio Children's Services that was made by her mother on June 22nd. So the police learned about this on June 22nd. That was 2 days before the overturning of Roe v. Wade, where the trigger law kicked in. Why didn't the police go over there immediately, get the girl, and take her to the hospital? The 10-year-old girl who was 9 when this lowlife impregnated her. They don't say lowlife in the paper. I added that. Oh, man. By the way, a question here. I got a daughter. She's 23 years old. She used to be 9. If I found out my daughter had gotten raped, oh my goodness, cannot even imagine. Who would you call? I want you to think about this. Who would you call? Your 9-year-old daughter has been raped. Do you call 911 and go to the police? Or do you go and take a number at Child Protective Services downtown? Why did this mother not call the police? Why did she go and talk to a caseworker, a social worker? The girl had the abortion in Indianapolis on June 30th. How'd she get there, by the way? Who took her? An Indianapolis physician who provides abortion services, Dr. Caitlin Bernard, who I believe is a graduate of the Mingala School of Medicine, I'm not sure, I think she's alumni there, told the Indianapolis Star that an abortion had been provided because the girl couldn't get the abortion in Ohio, which had a newly imposed state ban on abortions at the first detectable fetal heartbeat. The child was 6 weeks and 3 days pregnant, therefore ineligible by just 3 days to receive the procedure in Ohio. Well, wait a minute. She had the abortion 8 days after her mother went to the social worker when she found out that her daughter had been raped and impregnated at 9. Why did they wait? And let me tell you, I'll tell you why they waited. They knew. They wanted a test case. They wanted this girl to be the Rosa Parks test case for the 6-week abortion bans that are all over the country now, not just Ohio, but right here in Ron DeSantis' free Florida as well. They were trying to create a test case, a civil rights case. And if that meant letting this kitty rapist go free to do what it is these lowlives do, well, the ends justify the means here. We got to take care of the greater good.
I guarantee you that this little girl had no parents, and she was one of those.
No, she's got a mother. She's got a mother, and they live in Ohio. And her mother took her. When her mother found, now keep in mind the girl just turned 10, so she was 9. When her mother found out that she was raped and impregnated by this 27-year-old kitty rapist, she didn't call the police. She went downtown, went to Child Protective Services, took a number like you're at the deli at Publix, and sat down and waited for a social worker, and nothing was done.
Did she come over the border with her daughter?
Well, we don't. They're protecting the identity, but my assumption is they're illegals.
I think this whole thing stinks. I think that this isn't just one of many 10-year-old kids that have been raped.
No doubt.
And led into this country.
Because of Joe Biden.
Yeah, by an incompetent old crutch. And I hate to say this, people, but there are rapes going on all over the world. There's some cultures that permit this, and they got an open border to let them all these crazy people in here. I know my HOA.
Now think about this. According to the child was 6 weeks and 3 days pregnant, ineligible by just 3 days to receive the procedure. According to court documents, a report was generated on June 22nd, 8 days before the abortion, with the Columbus Division of Police for rape. On July 6th, the victim identified Fuentes to the detectives as the person who raped her. Okay? And it wasn't until Tuesday, the day of the Jesse Waters show, that detectives decided, well, we better go pick up this kitty rapist. What the hell is going on?
What's going on here is that they knew, but I think they were setting this up for this resigned. She needs the abortion. Let's not get it until, in other words, once this law was passed, I think they would just set this up for...
Yeah, a test case. Like I said, they wanted to make her a Rosa Parks national case. Gloria Allred was probably moving to Columbus. These detectives should be suspended pending an internal affairs investigation by the Ohio Attorney General to find out why they were not out there arresting this scumbag who... Yeah, by the Democrats that run Columbus.
But no, they were also told by the higher up, those detectives are going to be sacrificial lamb. This thing is going to get deeper than people realize. But once again, I say to you, the border is a disgrace, and we don't even know. I mean, you have an HOA where you live. Do they screen people before they buy a home?
Yeah.
And has anybody in this country ever rented an apartment where they actually want a background check?
Yeah, or a credit check and everything else. Exactly.
A country where they're letting anybody in here. Rapists, like President Trump said, they're not sending us their best. I mean, how many tattoos on their faces, MS-13? It's disgusting. And I'm not saying it's the fault of the people trying to get in here. Because, they're staying an open border, and they want to get out of it.
Well, with this case in Ohio, let me tell you, if it wasn't for Jesse Waters, this guy would still be free. And you know that a kitty rapist like this isn't something he just did once. There's other victims, and there would be... This guy's been victimizing little girls since he was probably a teenager.
Listen, when you don't have a specific case, when we've been listening for how long now that they're bringing in rapists, and that's just a word. So now we have a little girl that's 9 years old when she was impregnated by a rapist. And they're all over the place. They're coming up here. Listen, I mean, you let me in on something, and this pertains to this. You told me and you told everyone out there, when you get a chance, download the app, the American Voice.
Yeah, America's Voice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This happened in the world. They had on Saturday. They had a guy that actually went from the United States down through South America. The United Nations is helping with buses who bus these people into our country. The UN that we're supporting. There's a system that every person that they bring in is making money. This looks like when we go on cruises and you got a cruise, you get off the dock and they got signs, come to this bus and we'll take you here and we'll take you to this. This is what's going on in the country. They literally come down on canoes and they head down the Amazon, and then they have buses from the United Nations picking them up.
That's right. All right, Richie the bus driver. By the way, check us out on our new radio stations up in your neck of the woods, Richie, okay? Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
George, Fort Lauderdale.
George in Fort Lauderdale. What's on your mind?
I'm just curious. I'm with you. I've been following you.
I'm hearing a butt.
Steve for years. But
hearing a butt.
How are you so sure that the cops weren't already investigating this? And it just coincidentally was Wednesday that they arrested him.
Because I know it's just a coincidence. How do I know? Because because it's in the Columbus Dispatch, the local newspaper. They knew a week before the arrest who he was. He was identified, and where he worked and where he was. Yeah. And let me ask you this: why did this? What? You got a 9-year-old girl. You find out she's been raped. You call 911. Why did she go to Child Services and talk to a social worker? And
I agree with you there.
This girl should be removed. This girl was raped twice, and what I'm wondering was how what happened here. The girl should be removed from the mother's care pending an investigation. Because something's fishy about that too. I'll tell you another thing: the social worker, the detectives, they need to all be investigated, and maybe some charges need to be given out here.
No, absolutely. God bless President Trump.
That's correct. That's right, President Trump, the greatest president ever. Oh man! All right, now. You are welcome to continue to call in on this topic. In the next hour, I am going to bring up some other topics, but we will revisit this throughout the show. And you are welcome to call about this as the program goes on. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. The Steve Kane Radio Show is on the air 5 until 9 a.m. weekdays. We now broadcast on 6 radio stations. We're on the same stations we have been on for many years. 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, and AM 1470 in Broward and in Boca. And we've just added, starting this past Monday, the Palm Beaches and Treasure Coast on 95.9 FM, 106.9 FM, and 103.1 HD3. And that's where we are now. We are here 5 till 9 a.m. My name is Brian Craig. We take calls live on the air. Callers on hold, stand by. And, of course, all of the calls we take on this program are screenless, and that is by design. We don't know who's on hold. We don't know what they want to talk about. We don't know what their political background is until we say, you're on the radio. All right? That's when we start to learn who they are. And I think that makes the show very, very interesting as opposed to screening calls. 888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. 888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show.
The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 is here. WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Hope your day is off to an awesome start. We're going to be seeing another hot one across South Florida with daytime highs surging into about 93 degrees again. It'll feel like 103 plus, and we have a 40% coverage of late day storms. I'm WPBF 25 First Warning meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
True Oldies. Traffic check.
We have a crash in Broward County, 95 northbound, just before Sunrise Boulevard. It's on the right shoulder. Watch your speed there. Disabled vehicle, 95 southbound at Woolbright. Also in Palm Beach County, we have an abandoned vehicle, 95 southbound at 45th Street. And your usual slowdowns are coming about as folks make their way out on a Thursday morning. This report brought to you by Macy's. Join Macy's in support of reading is fundamental throughout July. Give online today or round up your store purchase amount and donate the extra change up to 99 cents to Reading is Fundamental. Learn more at Macy's.com/purpose. That's traffic. I'm Greg Tanner.
Here's your True Oldies ABC News update.
ABC News now. I'm Inez de la Quatera. There may be some movement in easing the global food crisis touched off by the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Ukrainian and Russian negotiators huddled for the first time in months in Istanbul, where Turkey's defense minister says agreements will be signed next week to ensure the export of grain from Ukraine's blockaded Black Sea ports. In Ukraine, Russia continues to target civilians.
The Russians seem frustrated at the amount of help, perhaps, that Ukraine continues to get, at their inability to move forward more quickly, perhaps, on the ground with their ground assaults.
ABC's James Longman. It's President Biden's first full day in the Middle East. This morning, he's meeting with interim Israeli Prime Minister Yair Lapid, looking to bolster cooperation between the two countries and other nations. The 7-Eleven chain offering a $100,000 reward in a streak of 6 armed robberies in Southern California that left 2 people dead and 3 wounded. This is ABC News.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet.
All right, here we go. Coming back. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Everyone, please like the video.
When you're done, you just Swiffer Wet Jet is a faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
This is Scott from Top 9 Kilowatts. Give me a call today to save up to 50% on your insulation and radiant barrier, and up to 35% on your electric bill. That's 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. We are here with you live. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. You were listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. I'm looking out the window, a beautiful day in South Florida, and I'm looking out over the beach. I'm looking at the beach between Boca Beach and Deerfield Beach, and it is beautiful at the beach. I'm looking out the window right now of the radio studio. Oh, man. All right, now, if you're just tuning in, we in the last hour, we were talking about Jesse Waters bringing this kitty rapist to justice in Ohio with that 10-year-old girl with the abortion, that story that's been circulating around. You are still welcome to call in on that story. I will revisit it. It's a big story as the show goes on, but I want to drop in a couple of other stories because there's some other things going on. Okay, here in Florida, Marco Rubio is up for re-election, and he's running this Democrat, Val Demings. Now, there's some new polls out that show that Marco Rubio is 8 points ahead. I saw another poll that shows that he's 5 points ahead. That's too close for a Republican versus a Democrat in Ron DeSantis' free Florida. And this Val Demings, every time I turn on the news, I see a commercial of her. She's walking past this bio of herself. I know, she's in love with herself. And if you, she's obviously a Democrat, Val Demings, but if you watch her commercial, they're trying to pass her off as a Republican. Everything is in red, not blue. And, yeah, they're trying to pass her off as a Republican. She's a bad person, okay? I want to go through just a couple things, and you can verify all this. I'm going to her Wikipedia. This is her bio, Val Demings. Born in 1957 to a poor family. Her father worked as a janitor. Her mother is a maid. Well, that sounds like Marco Rubio's background. His mother was a maid. She lived in Jacksonville, and in the 60s attended segregated schools. Yeah, that's right. Do you know why Val Demings, I know this is a big part of her bio, she went to segregated schools. She knows what racism is about. Let me tell you, the reason she went to segregated schools is because that's when this state was controlled by Democrats. Okay? She went to school at a segregated school here in Florida because she was in the Democrat-controlled Jim Crow South. All right? And you know what? Val Demings, when you were going to a segregated school, your parents and grandparents were Republicans. Because Democrats are racist segregationists. Just listen to Kamala Harris. She said Biden was a racist segregationist who opposed the integration of public schools. She said that to Biden in that first Democrat debate, remember? But anyway, she was a cop. And she became the police chief of Orlando. She was the first woman to lead the Orlando Police Department from 2007 to 2011, and says she oversaw a 40% decrease in violent crime. Well, let me tell you something here, okay? Let me tell you something. Orlando, I used to, I go to Orlando quite a bit. I like the theme parks up there, Although I've given up on Disney. I got a story about Disney that'll make you ill coming up, but I like Universal Studios Orlando too. But when I was younger and single, my friends and I, we used to go to Orlando all the time just for the downtown nightlife, and it was a great town. And I go to the theme parks a lot, but I never go to like the city of Orlando because it's when you go to the theme parks, you kind of avoid that. Universal's right off the I-4 exit, boom, Turnpike I-4, a couple miles, you're there. You don't go through it. Disney World is not even in Orlando. But a couple years back, I had to go into the Orlando area, and I barely recognized the town. Oh my goodness, I thought I was in Tijuana, Mexico. And under Val Demings' tenure as police chief in Orlando, Florida, it was a sanctuary city for illegals like this kitty rapist in Columbus, Ohio that raped a 10-year-old girl, got her pregnant. And I don't believe that she brought down crime 40%. I think just like that Democrat sheriff at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School did back in those days, they just stop arresting people. So the crime stats go down. It's a manipulation, but that's not the worst of it. And the reason I bring this up about Val Demings, the polls are too close. Marco Rubio should be double digits safely ahead right now. This is Ron DeSantis' free Florida. Don't let Val Demings think that she is tough on crime. She was police chief of a sanctuary city. Don't let her trick you into thinking she's a Republican because her television commercials use red as the background. These are her political positions. Val Demings received a 100% voting score from NARAL Pro-Choice America. She's received a 100% rating from the Planned Parenthood Action Fund. That's right. Oh my goodness. 100% rating from Planned Parenthood. Oh my goodness. That is a problem. She voted to impeach our great president both times, Donald Trump. She was one of 7 impeachment managers who presented the impeachment case against President Trump. She voted for the second impeachment too. So don't be fooled by Val Demings. She is a radical leftist who's soft on crime, for abortion. You know, her husband is the mayor of Orange County and a former sheriff of the same county. He served as the chief of police for Orlando, the first African American to do so, it says, from 99 to 02. Yeah, really. Is that, let me ask you, is that when they were a sanctuary city too, Orlando? So, yeah, there you have it. So you really, really, really got to get out there and support Marco Rubio. You need to support Marco Rubio. He needs to be double digits ahead. If God help us. You know, this is, hey, listen, Ron DeSantis is on the ballot too. So, you know, I'm very confident that Marco Rubio is going to win re-election, but we don't want to take any chances, okay? We don't want to take any chances. I got a question too. Val Demings is a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. I don't know much about sororities. This is on her bio, and I clicked the link. They have photographs of women in her sorority, and I don't see any white or Hispanic women. They're all African American. Is she a member of a black sorority? The reason I ask, she makes a big deal that she went to a racially segregated school in Jacksonville. Did she, you know, that was during the Democrat Jim Crow era, but she was in college long after that era was over. Did she go, is she a member of a racially segregated sorority? Is she a member of a black sorority where white girls need not pledge? I don't know. I don't know. I'm throwing that out to you. Is she a member of a racially segregated sorority? I think that's important. I mean, I'm an integration guy, okay? I don't join groups or organizations or associate with organizations that are, you know, for just a particular skin color of people. I'm wondering if she has, I don't know. I just know that I went to her sorority's website and I don't see any white women or white girls or even Hispanics, by the way. Oh man, I don't know. These are questions we've got to ask. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Paula from New Jersey.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I just wanted to talk about this Ohio case.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're absolutely right. I think that prior to the ruling, the left knew it was coming down because of the leaked documents, and word must have gone out into all the states that limit abortion to look for a case, and they obviously held this one. She couldn't have been raped once.
She was raped at least twice, and she was 9 when she was impregnated. She had just turned 10.
So infuriating. And as a parent, I have 6 kids. Oh my gosh.
It's disgusting. Would you, if your 9-year-old daughter was raped, I think you'd call 911, not Children's Protective Services. Listen, I got to run for a break. Sorry, we're up against. I'll put you on hold, okay? I'll put you on hold. I don't usually do that. It's the Steve Kane Show. Quick break. Back right after this break with your calls. after this break with your calls. Oh. Nah, caught him off guard. Nope.
955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire in Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road, because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Men, do you suffer from ED? If so, you know it can be very frustrating, not just for you, but your partner too. Dr. Mitch Matez at the Biostation West Delray can help. Call for a free consultation, 561-320-8893. Call now and get your erection back on demand. Ladies, you can make an appointment for your man too. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893.
We've hit the big time. We got those sex bots from the Newsmax here.
Food, water, our love, and a My Pillow pet bed.
Sex bots are a sign of that the channel's growing.
3 sizes and in many different colors, and your furry family member will sleep as well as you do, because the My Pillow pet bed has that same patented fill inside as the pillows. Order your My Pillow pet bed for 50% off with the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout, or call 1-800-716-4879. An honest auto mechanic, you probably don't think they exist, but one does. Eddie at Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your vehicle that your vehicle doesn't need. He works on all makes and models, new, old, classic cars, even hybrids. Champagne Automotive Repair is the official mechanic of the Steve Kane Show. Call 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. And make sure you tell him you heard about him on the Steve Kane Show.
Ready to get fired up? Just 60 seconds and you'll be racing for the phone. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Our number, 888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm going to go back to the caller I took right before the break, but let me do a recap. If you're just tuning in, big news yesterday. Jesse Waters, Dinesh D'Souza, Kristi Noem, myself, and many other conservative pro-lifers have brought to justice a kitty rapist. The 10-year-old pregnant girl in Ohio that couldn't get the abortion in Ohio is real, not fake news, and what we found out was that the Democrats in Columbus, Ohio, were covering for the rapist because this 27-year-old illegal is an illegal migrant. The mother, when she found out her daughter was pregnant, did not call the police. She went to Child Protective Services, took a number, and waited to talk to a social worker. Police were called, and police waited 8 days to make an arrest. They only made the arrest the day of the Jesse Waters national broadcast of the 10-year-old pregnancy story when he had the Ohio Attorney General on it. So, boom. They were trying to create a test case, it looks like, and they weren't interested in the rapist because him being an undocumented illegal alien doesn't fit the narrative. All right. You're back. I'm sorry about that. What's your name? Where are you calling from again? I'm all excited. I forgot.
It's Paula from New Jersey.
Oh, hey, Paula.
Yeah, thanks. I just want to say that my guess is that the mother reported it, and it was other people that were involved that got her into the social services and went a different route because they wanted to make an issue about this. It wasn't about protecting the little girl. And I just want to say, like, she obviously, the mother could not protect this child. Like, there's a serious issue here that needs to be examined. I don't know. Did you ever see the documentary Abducted in Plain Sight?
I'm not sure. It sounds familiar.
It's on Netflix, and it is the craziest story you could ever see. But these two incompetent, stupid parents, they allowed their little girl to be raped multiple times by a neighbor. They even allowed him to come in and build a wall in their house between their two little girls and have him sleep with them. Like, there are screwed up people. This can't just happen to a regular family. It has to be, parents are not being diligent. And my guess is that somebody that was involved in this case steered the mother in this direction.
Well, I'd like to know how a 27-year-old man has access to a 9-year-old girl. Remember, she had just turned 10, so she was 9 at the time she was impregnated by this scumbag. And you know what? If she had not been impregnated, I don't know what the mother would have done. How much did the mother? I knew a girl in high school who was being molested by her father, and her mother knew, and didn't do anything about it.
Don't know the relationship between this man and the family. It could be a relative. We have no idea. We are missing so many pieces to this story, but there's enough pieces that cause red flags to be waving like.
Well, it's not a coincidence that the detectives in Democrat-run Columbus, Ohio, arrested this guy on Tuesday, the day Jesse Waters had the Attorney General of the state of Ohio on Fox News.
I agree 100%. 100%. They obviously wanted to use this case. They didn't give a crap about the little girl or the family, and they wanted to make a case because
they wanted a test case where they could try to pass their. They use the word codify. Codify. They want to pass a law making abortion the law. Listen to this. This is in the Daily Mail. A detective testified Wednesday that Columbus police learned about the girl's pregnancy through a referral by the Franklin County is the county Columbus is in, Franklin County Child Services, that was made by her mother on June 22nd. Roe v. Wade was overturned on the 24th. So on the 22nd, if the cops are called and there's a rape victim, and of course a 10-year-old girl, no matter what, is a rape victim, you take them to the hospital. Why was this not taken care of then? The girl had the abortion in Indianapolis on June 30th, 8 days later. And remember, she was just a few days past the 6 weeks. She was 6 weeks and 3 days pregnant.
They can't calculate a pregnancy down to 3 days. Like, that's baloney. You go to a doctor and you're 6 weeks pregnant. They could easily think that you're 5 weeks and, or 4 weeks even. Like, this is ridiculous.
It is pretty, you make a good point. I didn't think about that. It is pretty precise.
How could you women get pregnant all the time, and they say so the exact day they got pregnant. 3 days? Come on.
Well, they know, no. They know by the sexual encounter. Because she could have said, okay, he raped me on this particular day, so that was the date of. I guess they count by. I guess they use age of date of conception, moment of conception. Yeah.
Right, but there's no way a doctor would factor in the exact precise day with regards to a 9-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
So absurd. They would never, and I don't think they could do it except for like you said, her date. But even then, I don't believe they would deny her an abortion under this circumstance. I just don't believe.
Well, let me tell you, these detectives did not pursue this case until Tuesday. So what? Eventually, it's going to come out probably today because I'm sure Jesse Waters will be doing victory laps on Fox, which is fine. It's fine. He's making up for letting the tires out of his the ladies' tire. You know that thing.
Somebody's got to protect.
Yeah. Well, the police. I'm sure the police report, which I don't have. I cannot find the police report online this morning. If someone can find it and DM it to me, I'll go through it. I'm curious about the time of the arrest, and I'm telling you, if the arrest was made prior to Jesse Waters' show, the arrest was made after the Attorney General was booked on the show and started inquiring about the case. Because he said he was looking into it and couldn't find any records of it.
Right.
And the detectives got scared. The Attorney General's going to be on Fox tonight. We're cooked. We better go make the arrest a week later.
Right. And it doesn't make sense because police will arrest people, molesters like this. It doesn't make sense unless there were other hands involved that were...
Well, police found out on the 22nd of June. The arrest was made 2 days ago. So they knew for like 2 weeks, the detectives. And they told them who he was. And he was working at some cafe. They knew, and they did nothing, these detectives.
Right, so somebody had to be involved in this and telling them not to.
That's right. In this Democrat town of Columbus, Ohio. Democrat, liberal town. Oh my goodness. You know, what do you think goes through, what do you think the mother was going to child services and not calling the police when she found out her daughter was raped and impregnated by a monster?
Well, see, this makes no sense to me. I mean, at all. We need to know the relationship between this man and the family. And my guess is that she was directed to...
Well, what I'm wondering is, how old is the mother, and is this the boyfriend? Because I'm trying to figure out how, when I was 27, I wasn't hanging out with 9-year-olds. Okay? How did he have access?
Hey, 9 years old, you protect your children.
And by the way... how long was this going on? When did the mother first find out about it? And did she only go to the Child Protective Services because of the pregnancy and was allowing the molestation to go on? I don't know, but there needs to the Attorney General needs to find, not Garland, the Ohio guy, okay? Garland doesn't want to look into this. He's looking into Trump, jerk.
100%. This makes absolutely no sense for any parent to allow this to happen. There has to be more involved in the story, and it's absolutely horrible and criminal in so many directions.
Yeah, that's right. Take care. Thanks for the call. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Great calls today. I must say, great calls, great insight, interesting analysis from our listeners. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Rich, are our clocks off?
Facts. Morning 6 to 9 with
Let me check our clocks.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. Everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
An honest auto mechanic. You probably don't think they exist, but one does. Eddie at Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your vehicle that your vehicle doesn't need. He works on all makes and models, new, old, classic cars, even hybrids. Champagne Automotive Repair is the official mechanic of the Steve Kane Show. Call 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. And make sure you tell him you heard about him on the Steve Kane Show. Have you put off buying new new tires because you
What?
thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire in Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom Laporta. He's the best in the business. Remember, small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks turn into big problems. Call licensed contractor Tom Laporta for a free roof inspection. 954-604-4602. And tell him Steve Kane sent you.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is what? Uh-oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you ever think you might not be sick? You might have an allergy. Find out and have your allergies tested at Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs or Any Lab Test Now of Boca. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on The Steve Kane Show.
Imagine buying a pair of sneakers and getting a soothing, gentle foot massage like you'd get during a pedicure just by walking. You might think this sounds too good to be true, but we think it sounds like Skechers' new massage.
They had a computer crash in the control room, so the board ops are freaking out.
Feel like you're pampering your feet with a gentle massage in every step. The secret is Skechers' new patented wave technology on the sole that gently massages your feet while you're walking around. It feels amazing and is so gentle you can wear them all day just like your favorite Skechers sneakers. And not only will you be getting a massage, you'll also be getting Skechers' other famous comfort features, like a special luxury insole that offers extra support for 24/7 comfort. Plus, they come in a variety of fashionable styles, including lace-up and slip-ons, and they're machine washable for easy care. Get a bonus massage in every step with Skechers' new Massage Fit. Find them for men and women at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Yeah.
This is John from the Show. Listen to my
Okay,
show
I'll be watching.
every Sunday morning, or listen anytime on the web at www.americanasset.com, where you will learn about structured notes earning approximately 8% interest income and our permanent portfolio strategy that strives to provide income growth and protection. And you can always call my office at 561-955-8500 to make an appointment to meet with me personally, Julian Rubenstein. Have a great day.
Here's your True Oldies ABC News Update.
ABC News Now, I'm Inez de la Quatera. There may be some movement in easing the global food crisis touched off by the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Ukrainian and Russian negotiators huddled for the first time in months in Istanbul, where Turkey's defense minister says agreements will be signed next week to ensure the export of grain from Ukraine's blockaded Black Sea ports. In Ukraine, Russia continues to target civilians.
The Russians seem frustrated at the amount of help, perhaps, that Ukraine continues to get, at their inability to move forward more quickly.
Oh man, I tell you, rough stories.
It's President Biden's first full day.
By the way, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, and everyone, please like the video.
Looking to bolster cooperation between the two countries and other.
You know, I was talking at the beginning of the stream, those of you that are long-time watchers, I don't know if you've noticed, but with our format changed, there's more like show content, more talk time as opposed to commercial time. Have you noticed that? And very much so in the last segment. After the gold report, we have like a full segment where before we didn't. By the way, you guys on YouTube, call me on the air.
888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome everyone. Oh man, rough stories today. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. My name is Brian Craig. Welcome to our new listeners. I'm looking out the window. There's the Brightline train going by the radio station right now. Any of you guys ride the Brightline in South Florida? That train has killed more people per mile than any other train on the rails of America. It certainly has. It's true. It's the deadliest train in America. All right, welcome back. We're talking about this case in Ohio. Jesse Waters has brought a kitty rapist to justice. Your calls certainly are welcome on that as the show goes on. I want to drop in a couple of other things, though, that are important stories. There was a House hearing yesterday talking about Roe v. Wade. Did any of you see this? And they had pro-life activists coming on who, I'm sorry, not pro-life, they had pro-abortion activists coming on and testifying, and they called themselves abortion storytellers. I thought I heard everything. They had two abortion storytellers. That's what they call themselves, speaking to the House Oversight Committee on repealing Roe v. Wade. Oh my goodness. Abortion storytellers. Never heard of such a thing, but they have them. And they're sickos. Let me play you a couple of clips here. Here's the first one. This was during the House committee yesterday. Abortion storyteller number one.
We need action, and we need it now. We're out of time. Thank you for inviting me to share about this moment in history, which I am certain will be a stain as we move forward. Abortion is normal. It is an act of love, and it is fundamentally healthcare.
Wow. Abortion is an act of love. You know, when President Trump overturned Roe v. Wade, and make no mistake about it, he overturned Roe v. Wade, President Trump, by appointing these perfect people to be on the Supreme Court of the United States who did just what he told Hillary Clinton he was going to do when he became president in that 2016 debate. Overturn Roe v. Wade by appointing justices to the Supreme Court. That'll do it. Abortion is an act of love. That's what abortion storyteller number one said. You know, I have talked to many women over the years who have called me on the radio who have had abortions. I've never heard one of them call it an act of love. What I've heard are tears, sorrow, regret, wondering what life would have been like if they did. I've never had a woman call me on the air and celebrate it. But, you know, Pelosi found these ladies. Okay, so here is the next one. This one, she's a real beaut. Her name is Sarah Lopez. That's right. She's a pro-abortion activist. She was a witness at the congressional hearing to determine the impact of overturning Roe v. Wade. Well, we're going to find out because it's been overturned. She works for an abortion group called We Testify. Okay? I tell you, these people got too much time on their hands. Listen to this. This is abortion storyteller number two.
Relatively smoothly, but what these restrictions are intended to do is try and stop people from having abortions. But abortion is healthcare. My abortion was the best decision I ever made. It was an act of self-love, and I'm here today to make sure that everybody who currently needs an abortion, who has had an abortion or will need an abortion, is not alone, no matter what the state tries to force upon us. Thank you so much for this time.
Okay. Now, Sarah, she got the talking points off. Abortion storyteller number two, Sarah there. She slipped. It's supposed to be abortion is an act of love. She said self-love. That's right, selfish. You know, these cowardly, incompetent Uvalde police. Did you see the video this week? Did you see the one Uvalde cop in the hallway while the gunshots are going off, go and get the hand sanitizer? What a bunch of... those Uvalde police should all be arrested. They should all immediately be fired from the police force and should be arrested and charged with manslaughter. Especially the guy with the hand sanitizer. What a bunch of cowards. What a bunch of cowards. But when 50 minutes later, when those cowardly Uvalde police went into the classroom and they found the classroom filled with dead babies and 2 teachers, one of the teachers was found holding a child. The first teacher at the desk at the front of the class, the first teacher tried to stop, did what the cops are too cowardly to do, tried to stop the shooter at the door. She was immediately killed. She put herself in front of the shooter's rifle, protecting the children, because that is the natural instinct of an adult person, especially women, but parents. Not even her children, but she was charged with their care. Adults and parents put their lives ahead of the lives of children, especially their own children. In fact, that is the natural instinct that parents have, is to sacrifice themselves when their children's lives are in danger if that will save the child. Not this self-love that this lunatic is talking about. Sarah Mingala here. My goodness. What a unnatural, sick, twisted woman that is. And I must tell you something here. Just callers on hold, stand by. I just want to talk about these Uvalde police. We haven't talked about those Uvalde police since that new video came out this week. There's been so much going on this week, and I know a lot of you have watched it. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Should those Uvalde police be arrested and charged with manslaughter? I'm telling you, they should. I've never seen something so cowardly. I thought the Broward Sheriff's deputy at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School here in Parkland was an exception. I thought that coward cop who was calling in fake radio calls and hiding, I didn't realize a lot of police officers were like that. They had a whole force of them from different units out in Uvalde. Have you ever seen something so cowardly? They go down the hall, they hear shots, they run back. They even had the shields. They run back. Little babies are being killed. Arrest them all, charge them with manslaughter. Where's the governor of Texas on this? He's running for election. He's running for re-election. My goodness. Take a stand. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Jacob. I'm calling from Wisconsin.
Jacob in Wisconsin. What's on your mind?
So, the Uvalde, I don't think it's right to call them cowards until you've been in that situation.
Really? Are you a cop?
No, I'm actually a veteran, U.S. Marine Corps.
Okay.
And I'm just saying that I have an idea I want to try and do, and it's create this task force of individuals who that's their only job when that stuff happens. So they don't have to wait for orders.
Nobody has to wait for orders. Listen, a police officer is called to an active shooter situation. They hear the shots. There's overwhelming number of police. They go in. You don't hide and wait 50 minutes for orders. You go. You know what to do. That's their job. It's not my job. I'm not a cop. They are.
Yeah, they are, and I agree, but that's not within, as we've seen, all our police force. Our military is trained to do that stuff, to go towards the gunfire.
No, police officers are too. Police officers are too. In fact, the last 2 major school shootings, Uvalde and the one here in my town, Parkland, right, happened and got worse because the cops were cowards and didn't do what they're supposed to do. The guy in Parkland called in fake radio calls and hid. These guys in Uvalde hunkered down and hid while babies were being murder because they are cowards. They are cowards.
I don't think it's fair to say that to them because...
Oh, well, it's not fair to say that to them. Well, tell the parents that. Listen, I got to run for a break. I appreciate the call. All right, I'd like to talk to you longer, but I don't have time. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We will be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We will be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Leave the politics to us. Start your day the Steve Kane way. Cold.
You guys believe that, caller?
Facts. Morning 6 to 9 with Brian Craig.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did, until I went to Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in my hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching have all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation. 754-222-6642.
You've seen the ads on TV, and you've heard your friends tell you about MyPillow. MyPillow is guaranteed the most comfortable pillow you will ever own. Right now at MyPillow.com, when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout, buy one MyPillow, get one for free. But you have to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com for this incredible offer. Buy one MyPillow, get another one free. Go to MyPillow.com right now. Use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all
Steve Kane Show.
Florida, Wings Plus.
Hey, hold on.
Succulent on the inside, everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is what? Uh-oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you ever think you might not be sick? You might have an allergy. Find out and have your allergies tested at any lab test now of Coral Springs or any lab test now of Boca. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did, until I went to Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in my hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching have all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation. 754-222-6642.
Ready to get fired up? Just 60 seconds and you'll be racing for the phone. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. You are listening to the longest-running radio show in the state of Florida, the Steve Kane Show. Callers on hold, stand by. A couple things. To our new listeners on the new stations carrying this program in Palm Beach through the Treasure Coast, welcome. And we get calls on this program, as you can hear, from all over America and the world. And last call was he from Wisconsin. We're a local show. I am broadcasting from Boca, is where the radio station is located, the radio studio. And we have a lot of people who listen to us online. They watch on YouTube. They listen on Alexa and iHeart and stuff, and they call in from around the country. But this is a local program. And the reason I say that is new people. I know the show sounds syndicated, and in a way we are, but this is a local radio show. Berta in Texas is actually on deck next, and I'm going to take her call first because she's in Texas, where Uvalde. That last caller who says you can't call them cowards, let me tell you, they are coming after the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution over these two school shootings, which are both tragic. Both of them reached the level that they did, Parkland and Uvalde, because of coward cops. You know, in Parkland, here in South Florida, that cop, who should be in prison for manslaughter, in my opinion, he saw Nicholas Cruz arrive and called in a radio. He got a radio call from a janitor who told him, Nicholas Cruz has just gotten out of a car. He's walking towards Building 12 purposefully with a bag. And I talked about this in the past. I encountered Nicholas Cruz once before the shooting at Wawa, and he scared the hell out of me. He was staring at me. He was a little short guy. He's about 5'4" or something. And he scared the daylights out of me at Wawa. I went there for coffee on the way to the radio station. In fact, he just the way he was looking at me, and I remember he was wearing a t-shirt and pajama pants and ordering a sub at the Wawa in Parkland on State Road 7 and Locks Road. And he made me so nervous, Nicholas Cruz, that when I went to put gas in my car, I was looking back. I thought he was going to come after me. He was that scary. The cop was afraid of Nicholas Cruz. He knew about Nicholas Cruz. I was afraid of Nicholas Cruz, and I only had a brief encounter with him just staring at me. We didn't have words. It's insane, that guy. When he could have reached that building and stopped him when he was on the first floor. Nicholas Cruz killed people on multiple floors. There were children that were killed because of that cop's cowardness. Uvalde, the same thing. The problem isn't the Second Amendment. The problem is we got a bunch of cowardly donut eaters who aren't doing what they're paid for. You know, being a police officer is a great career with great benefits and a pension. You get that great reward because hopefully it never happens, but on rare occasions you're called to duty. 9/11. The firefighters and police officers of New York City are heroes, not just because they died in the line of duty, but the firefighters and police officers in New York City were running into the buildings that everyone else was running out of. These guys in Uvalde are cowardly, yellow, and are guilty of manslaughter. There are children, there were babies who were dead because of those cowards. And everyone knows it. Good morning, Berta in Texas, you're on the radio.
Oh, you touched a nerve, Brian. Good morning.
Hey.
I am livid with Uvalde Police Department. I am livid with DPS, and I'm livid with the Border Patrol. They all look like...
Well, and especially that guy that took the time to get a couple squirts of hand sanitizer in the hallway while gunshots are going off into little children in the classroom. What the hell? Where's the governor?
And supposedly they were making a big fuss because the cop that was first there and looking at his phone, his wife was the one who was shot in there.
That's right. Yes.
And he was the one that was shot. So he's trying to figure it out, and he still didn't run. And I'm like thinking, what the heck is wrong with these people? And if you look over to point 1.47 or something like that, you'll see a Border Patrol guy in just regular clothes, the guy who was in the barbershop, who got a text from his wife and says, "Shooter on the ground, I love you." He got off the barber chair and he said, "You got a rifle?" And
that's right. That's the Border Patrol guy. He borrowed his shotgun from his barber. He was off duty.
And he's in the video. If you look at the end of the video...
Yeah. Listen, we got here at Parkland, we got this coward that was hiding, right? There was an off-duty police officer in flip-flops and shorts watering the grass at the baseball field. He ran and borrowed a gun and a vest from another officer and went in flip-flops while that other guy's hiding under the stairwell. These cops in Uvalde need to be arrested. Where's the governor on this? Has he commented?
Oh, the governor's pissed. But there's a lot of issues.
I'm glad he's pissed.
Yeah, he's pissed. But let me tell you, there's a lot of things. They just loaded up 2 Greyhound buses of illegal immigrants, and they're sending them to New Orleans.
Yeah.
When he found that out, he's got that, he's got Uvalde, he's got a lot of things. So
He's got a lot of things, but this is front and center. By the way, where's the skater dude, Beto? Has he commented on the video?
oh my God, I haven't seen him yet, but he showed up in Uvalde. Everybody showed.
I saw that.
That.
Well, maybe Matthew McConaughey can come back and talk again. And
Kind of fishy to me, Brian. I'm sorry.
who, Beto or Matthew McConaughey?
I don't know. There's something weird. I don't know. I don't know if he put in too much of the drama in it, but I think it was a little too much. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. But let me tell you, the cops on that video, that one guy, they're all, hey, listen. I was watching the one guy. There was the one jerk getting the squirts of the sanitizer and making sure that he didn't get, and then there was this other guy who was obsessed with his shield leaning properly on the wall in the corner. I mean, what the hell?
Guy on the far right corner that was holding on to the I guess the bulletproof vest. The fat guy was behind the little guy. Okay, that guy's daughter was in there, and he didn't do anything. What the hell?
That's right. I know. See, this isn't about guns. These two shootings, it's not about guns. It's about bad. Listen, they're government workers, right? That's what you get a lot of time. That's one of the reasons we need a Second Amendment. You can't depend on the government to defend you.
Never. So it's just really bad, and the people over here in Texas, our morale is down. Out of all places, Texas, the cops did that. Out of all places, out of all states, the big bad boy,
Yeah.
they acted like cowards. They were firing and they're all hiding, running away from the gunfire. It's supposed to be the opposite.
Correct.
So.
All right, Berta.
Do we have an invasion?
I know, I understand. I know, but I want to stay a little focused. But hey, listen, Berta in Texas, take care. Thank you for the call. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Thomas from Boca.
Hey, Tom.
Good morning. Okay, so I'm a cop from New York originally.
Oh, you're the retired lieutenant, right? Okay, yeah, you called me a few days ago.
When I first was trained, I was trained the old way where we have an instant command, and you group and you go together. Then after Columbine, they retrained us, and they told us you preserve life at all costs. And I remember going through the training and then coming home to my wife, and she's saying, well, I want you to be safe. And then I said to my wife, I said, what happens if our kids are in that school? She goes, you're right. You go in there and you save them. And that's the way, that's the thinking that everybody should have had. I don't know what these guys are.
Well, let me tell you something. I know. Okay, you're a retired lieutenant from New York City. How long have you been retired? 12 years. Okay. Let me tell you. I don't know you. You called me a couple days ago. That's why I remember your call. But I know that you were there on 9/11. If you had officers at a school that did what those Uvalde cops did, I don't think a New York City police lieutenant would put up with it. What would you do? What would you do to those cops if they were under your command? Those Uvalde cowards.
I mean, they wouldn't do that though. That's the thinking in New York is you save lives. See, I'm sure there's.
That's the training everywhere now. It's like hijacking. Prior to 9/11, you thought they were taking you to Beirut, so you'd talk to the hijackers. After 9/11, the passengers would jump at hijacker. Okay, because they'll think the plane's going down. Things changed since Columbine. Columbine was 23 years ago.
You don't wait for an upper command. You go in. That's what everybody's taught. And if you don't go in, somebody else is going to push you. We got to go in. That's the way it is. It's the way you think together. You think as everybody groups together. When it comes to an incident in New York, everybody goes in together. You put everything aside and you do what you have to do. That's your job. You don't even have to think about it. You go in. Are
you disgusted by the Uvalde cops that you've seen in the video?
I mean, I think we should give a medal to the guy in the barbershop. I heard he took fire. I mean, there's a.
And what about the the mother who went in under fire and rescued her children. That, you know, listen, I got to run for our break shortly, but listen, you know, I got to tell you something. You know, when I saw that one police officer get the hand sanitizer in the hallway while shots are ringing out, I've never seen, and he was so casual about it. What a sicko.
They had plenty of time to go in. Even if they had a group, 5-10 minutes, they would have been uncalled for. But they should have went in. I mean, they'll sit there all that time when knowing that there's babies and stuff.
And they released some of these 911 calls of the people inside the classrooms. I mean, I can't even listen to those. They're heartbreaking. No one, you know, you call 911, you expect to be helped.
Preserve life. That's the number one job, is taking that oath. You're sworn as an officer. These guys should be held accountable. That's the oath they took. Preserve life. I mean, that, and up to, you know, thank God for the Second Amendment. That guy had the rifle in the barber shop. That's what no one wants to point out.
Yeah, but barbers in New York don't have rifles. Hey, I got to run. Thanks for the call. Retired New York City Police Lieutenant. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve will be joining us after the top of the hour break. I'm Brian Craig. 888-GO-KANE-1. Back after this. It's the Steve Kane Show.
The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 is here. WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Hope your day is off to an awesome start. We're going to be seeing another hot one across South Florida with daytime highs surging into about 93 degrees again. It'll feel like 103 plus, and we have a 40% coverage of late day storms. I'm WPBF 25 First Warning Meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
True Oldies. Traffic check.
Broward County, we have a crash on Hiatus Road southbound at Broward Boulevard. Also a vehicle fire, 95 northbound at Broward Boulevard. Palm Beach County, no crashes to report. However, we're seeing the normal delays and congestions, just like any weekday morning. Always be attentive. A slowdown, a disabled vehicle, an accident can happen so quickly. Just stay alert. This report brought to you by ARS Rescue Rooter. ARS Rescue Rooter, your home experts in cooling, heating, and air quality. Expert service makes for satisfied customers. Visit ars.com/Vero-Beach today. License number CMC 1249753. Answer traffic. I'm Greg Tanner.
Here's your True Oldies ABC News update.
ABC News now. I'm Inez de la Quatera. There may be some movement in easing the global food crisis touched off by the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Ukrainian and Russian negotiators huddled for the first time in months in Istanbul, where Turkey's defense minister says agreements will be signed next week to ensure the export of grain from Ukraine's blockaded Black Sea ports. In Ukraine, Russia continues to target civilians.
The Russians seem frustrated at the amount of help, perhaps, that Ukraine continues to get, at their inability to move forward more quickly, perhaps, on the ground with their ground assaults.
ABC's James Longman. It's President Biden's first full day in the Middle East. This morning, he's meeting with interim Israeli Prime Minister Yair Lapid, looking to bolster cooperation between the two countries and other nations. The 7-Eleven chain offering a $100,000 reward in a streak of 6 armed robberies in Southern California that left 2 people dead and 3 wounded. This is ABC News.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet. The faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
This is Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Give me a call today to save up to 50%.
All right, coming back.
Insulation and radiant barrier, and up to 35% on your electric bill. That's 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500.
Live, local, and in your face. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. All right, we are back. I'm Brian, and of course we are joined by Steve Kane. A little technical glitch there, but that's okay. Hey, Steve, good morning.
Well, yeah, I guess it's good morning.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm getting very upset listening to this.
Well, there's terrible stories. I wanted, yeah.
I have a different take.
On which story?
Well, the Uvalde.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if it was Gutfeld or Jesse on the 5. I'm not quite sure. It was one of those two that captured the way I feel about it very well. They refused to take a hard stand against the police, and the reasoning was very simple, and I agree with their reasoning. You don't know how you would react if you weren't there.
It was Gutfeld.
It's all a Gutfeld, okay, and which surprises me that he would be the one to realize this, because he's not the most sensitive. But I mean, it's outrageous.
No, hold on, Steve. Gutfeld.
Before you, let's not get hung up in the minutiae of this. Whichever one it was, that's not important. What they said was important. What they said was they couldn't condemn it because they didn't know what they would do if they had been there.
Mm.
It's easy to sit and call these cops
Cowards. Yellow.
Cowards. But I'll tell you this much: you can't tell me that you know what you would have done if you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Say that you could. I mean, you could say it, but it's not real.
No, I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now. Okay, I'll tell you right now. First off, Gutfeld. I'm trying. And by the way, callers on hold, stand by. All right. And I certainly want to hear what people think to Steve's. Okay, first off, Gutfeld is a comedian. Okay, he is not a trained. No, it is the issue. It's not. He's not a trained police officer whose job is to save lives, protect lives, and run towards the shooting, not away from it when people are being murdered. Okay, same goes for me and you. We're radio talk show hosts. It doesn't matter what we would do, Steve. We're not cops. We're not cops.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to call.
Oh, Steve.
If I don't know that I would have done.
Oh, please. All right. Okay. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Yeah. I agree. Chances are a comedian like Greg Gutfeld would not charge into a school with an active shooter. Probably not. He's a comedian. We're radio talk show hosts. But this was an overwhelming number of police officers who were trained, armed, and even have the shields and everything, and they're out there taking squirts of hand sanitizer in the hallway.
Can you get past the hand sanitizer?
Well, there's gunshots going off, and he's out there getting his hand sanitizer.
You don't know what you would have done in that same...
I'm not a cop, Steve.
Me.
I'm not. My job is to shoot my mouth off, not shoot bad guys. Okay, so I don't know, but I'm not a trained police officer who's armed with protection.
The word is called reflex. When you're in a situation like that, you're not thinking.
Oh, they were thinking. They had an hour.
No. I'm sorry. When a thing like that happens. You don't know what you would have done. I don't know what I would have done. And based on what happened, that's proof that you can't, no matter what the training is,
all right.
You don't know until you're there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You don't know. I'll ask you a question you can't answer. If your kid was your lovely, wonderful daughter was in there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right, so that's my point, is what I'm saying here. So you can, I know I can say the same thing. If it was one of my kids, I'd be in there. I don't have to think twice about it. But if it wasn't one of my kids, I don't know what...
But you're not a cop.
The man...
Oh, my goodness. Yes, it does matter, Steve. All right, do you want to talk to the callers? Yeah, you might, you sure? You sure? Okay, all right. No, don't call Steve at home. Call him on the radio. I'm gonna mute you while the phone's ringing there. There's one opening on the board, and I want to say to our new listeners on our new stations who might be hearing us for the first time, Steve Kane is not a liberal, okay? He's a MAGA conservative. He's just a little confused on this topic, I think. I don't want people to think you're a liberal, Steve.
Don't agree with...
No, you're talking like a liberal. And I don't want people to think you're a liberal that are just being introduced to this program. You are a very strong law and order Republican MAGA Trump supporter. But you sound like a liberal this morning. So it's like you right now. All right, there's one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. Let's go to our phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian and Steve. How are you doing today?
All right, Gary, what's up?
Well,
I was doing okay.
Steve, me and you, this is going to be a battle, and if I get called a jerk, well, I guess I earned it today. If your children were in that school, are you saying that you would just sit by and done nothing?
No, I just got finished saying that. Did you hear what I just?
Well, he might have been calling when you said that.
Okay, let me repeat it. If it was my kids in there, I can answer the
Wesley,
question.
Super Chat, thank you. Good morning, Bob. He was 115% wrong.
I can tell you I'd be
Law
in there.
enforcement trained specifically for all public safety
reaction. Okay, but I can't know for sure. I can't know for sure what I would do in that situation because it wasn't their kids in there. So I can't.
Are you talking with kids or without kids now?
Well, Steve, it doesn't matter. I mean, they're cops. Everybody is their kid. They're all of them are their children when you're a cop.
Head.
No, it's in your head.
You don't.
But I'm not a cop.
You had the previous caller that was a lieutenant, and he basically said at all costs protect life. You know, on the side of the car.
That's what it says. What he told me was what it says in the manual.
Oh. No, he was on the job. He's a retired NYPD lieutenant, and he was disgusted by those guys. What do you think? Gary, about the one guy during the firing of the bullets into the babies? He took 2 squirts of hand sanitizer.
Brian,
I'm gonna put it as this: anybody that was there that did nothing, they should all be charged with accessory to murder.
Yes, manslaughter. Yep.
And you know what?
But that's not gonna happen, is it? Gonna happen, is it, Gary?
Maybe not.
Is it?
It might not happen.
I don't know. That slow. No. Wait. The coward, Steve. The coward cop in Parkland is facing charges of child neglect because he didn't go in. He's facing felony charges.
Oh.
And
okay.
He does.
You think he's going to be convicted?
Yes.
The thing of the matter is, because Brian did bring up the governor. I've never liked Abbott for the longest time, and there's other reasons behind that, but that's not part of this discussion today. But the thing is, if more and more information is coming out, those officers that didn't do their job should all be charged with something and jailed for it, because they're supposed to protect children.
But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
You don't know that.
Jury, the people on the jury are going to say this exact.
No, this is Texas.
When they're in that jury room, and the jury's throwing it back and forth and has to come up with a verdict that's going to put these people in jail if it goes the wrong way for them. In the end, every one of them is going to have to examine their own conscience, and they're going to have to know for sure they would go in. You wouldn't go in.
You don't think I would go in if it's my child, and if it's not my child?
Oh, no. Cute. No.
I got to clear out of line. Listen, listen, Gary, I got to... Yeah. It might take a minute to get a clear line.
This wasn't a decision made in the head. This was a gut decision.
Oh.
You don't. And you...
Oh, Steve. Oh. All police officers... Steve, all police officers are trained in these situations to go in and take out the shooter. They're not stand-up comics or radio talk show hosts. Because they're cowards. That's why. Because they are cowards. They shouldn't be police officers.
Oh, well, they found out a little late.
Yeah, well, and how many are dead because of it? Okay, well, we'll have to take our break first, and I'm not so sure you're going to be interested in what the callers have to say, Steve.
They're
Is he
all
there?
going to side with you? That's okay.
No, because you're Steve. No, because you've got a really strange position here. Listen, we're gonna. Well, okay. We gotta run. Callers on hold, stand by. Only one opening on the board. I'm Brian Craig. It is the Steve Kane Show. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Love the Steve Kane Show?
These are very talented people, brilliant people.
Well, take it on the go with the iHeartRadio app. Search Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Men, do you suffer from ED? If so, you know it can be very frustrating, not just for you, but your partner too. Dr. Mitch Matez at the Biostation West LA can help. Call for a free consultation, 561-320-8893. Call now and get your erection back on demand. Ladies, you can make an appointment for your man too. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside, everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
Hey, I got a question for you. You hate bending over to put on your shoes? Wouldn't you just put them on standing or sitting without ever having to touch them? If so, then I have the shoe for you. Introducing new hands-free Skechers Slip-ins. With new Skechers Slip-ins, you just step in and off you go. You don't even need to lace up. So how do Skechers Slip-ins work? Well, there's a special smooth comfort pillow in the heel that helps your foot slide right into place. So just step in them and go. Find new hands-free Skechers Slip-ins for the whole family at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
I got dead air, Rich.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers, whatever car or
Steve
truck
Kane
you
Show.
have, I get you incredible deals on any tire. I
Hold on.
also do tire
Steve Kane Show.
at very low prices. Give me a call. My
Hold on.
number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
Smarter than 95,000 milligrams of B6. Get smarter with the Steve Kane Show. Mornings 6 to 9 a.m.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Steve is here. Let me give out the numbers. Our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. And Steve has taken what I consider to be a very bizarre position, the Greg Gutfeld position, that the Uvalde cops are not cowards, that they did the right thing, not stopping the active shooter. Well, then what are you saying? What are you saying?
You don't, if you were in that situation...
I'm not a cop. I'm not a cop.
What difference does that make?
Oh, sounds like Hillary. What difference does it make? Okay, obviously we would all... yeah, you're quoting Hillary Clinton now. Well, I'm not quoting Hillary Clinton. You are. What difference does it make on Benghazi? Okay, Steve. Obviously, all of us would like to think we would go in. We don't know, right? But I do know this. These officers are trained to go in situations like that, and they didn't. And you've got to be able to depend on the cops to do the right thing. I've heard Gutfeld take this position before. I don't know. Maybe he's got a connection to a cowardly cop in his life, because I've seen him take this position before. Now, before we go to the calls, there's one opening on our board, 1-888-465-2631. I just want to do this one bit of a disclaimer. I know a lot of you are new to this program. We've just launched this week on our new radio stations. I don't want people to think that you're a liberal, Steve. Steve is a very strong MAGA conservative. He's just a little misguided on this. No. If I turned on this show right now and had never heard of you or me or this show, I would think you were a liberal. I mean, this is a strange position that you have, Steve. I'm surprised at you. I am surprised at you.
Are you saying that anybody that's conservative is knee-jerk? That we all have to...
This isn't knee-jerk. This isn't knee-jerk. This is not knee-jerk. All right, let's go to the phones and hear what the jury of public opinion has to say for you. Oh, yes, there is. What's your name and where are you calling from? You're on the radio.
Jose. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Steve Kane Show. Hold on.
About at Lighthouse Point Medical Center. I was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Listen, buddy, I love you, and I agree with 99.9%. But out of the 7, 8, 9 cops that were there, one of them, at least one of them, should have gone in, man. It's just. I mean, if you know there's little kids in there, third graders or, whatever they were, third, fourth, fifth graders, for me, let me just say what I feel. I respect how you...
Go ahead.
And in some cases, you don't know. I agree that you don't know how you're going to react in certain cases. I've never been in war, so I don't know how I think I would do okay because, I do a lot of stuff that's kind of crazy and dangerous, and I've done it all my life, so I don't know, but I just, in my gut, my spirit would tell me, go in there and save whoever you can save. That's me.
All right, then. Let me just ask you that. You say that, okay, I know you mean it, I know you're sincere, I know you believe that, but do you know? You can't know. No one can know. That's the whole...
Yeah, but 50 trained... Hold on, Jose. Steve, about 30 to 50 trained police officers hid while they heard gunshots going into children. They are trained, they are well armed, and they even had protective gear, and they didn't go in. They're cowards. They should be... They're cowards. I don't know if there's a gene for it, but I saw it, Correct.
Job, man. That's their job. It would be like you going on the radio and going...
Steve Kane Show.
And not saying anything. That's your job, dude. You became a police officer to serve and to protect, especially in a situation like that. I sure as heck would not be squirting sanitation in my hands. I mean, what if the guy was scared that he was going to get... He was going to get...
Can you tell me...
But but listen, that cop he killed those... Hey, Jose, he killed those germs, though, didn't he? During the active shooter. Yeah.
He killed all the germs so he wouldn't get COVID.
Yeah.
That was
You really think that's a relevant statement?
Yes, I do.
Why?
If you're hearing gunshots and you know little babies are in there getting blown away, you're gonna go and you're gonna go squirt sanitizer in your hand? No, man, I'm sorry. Oh my God,
Why do you think
that guy is the biggest dirt that ever lived?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Steve. These are random and screenless. I don't know what people are going to say. Yeah, I know. I understand you wanting to do that. Listen, there's one opening on our board at 1-888-465-2631. All our calls are random and screenless here, so I don't want Steve to say I'm lining them up against him. I don't know what these callers are going to say. Well, I'm doing a preempt. You're on the... I'm in. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning, caller.
Yes, you there?
I'm there. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Mike. I'm calling from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I do. Hey, Steve. Listen, I'm a retired police officer, okay? And when I took the badge and pinned it on, I took an oath. I said I was going to swore to protect life. I don't run away from the problem. I run to protect and stop the problem, okay? Steve, you keep saying people don't know what they will do. But listen, we got a lot of people that are not police officers that rescue people on the side of the road. We have good moral values on the inside. We have to live with that. If you're seeing someone get the crap kicked out on the side of the road, are you just going to drive by? No, you most likely, 9 times out of 10, most likely help.
Yeah, but these are but Steve, but these are well-trained, well-armed, with tactical gear and protection police officers.
And you're correct. Can I add to that? Go. You're correct, because when we're sworn to protect, we are also given the training to perform that, okay? There's 9 people in that school. You can't tell me that one person, if they were under orders not to go in, I would defy those orders, especially if I heard a little kid screaming. Kids are gifts from God. We're supposed to be there to protect those.
Let me ask you, how long have you been retired from the police department?
I retired 8 years.
8 years ago. Okay, so that's recent, post-Columbine. You know, these officers, should they be fired? And what else?
They should be charged with at least manslaughter.
Yeah. Okay. And this is a veteran police officer, Steve.
I'm not a veteran police officer.
But I
respect that, but you also are a good human person, correct?
We like to think so. Yeah.
And I would like to think that I would going on in your head.
But Steve, it wasn't comedians and talk show hosts that came to the rescue. It was trained police officers with tac gear and AR-15s and 9mm weapons and shields.
Badge, a sworn oath to protect.
That's right.
Okay, I thank you.
Yeah, I know. Hey, thank you for your call. Oh man, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. We're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour. Callers on hold, stand by. There's only one opening on our very busy board. We'll allow the jury of public opinion to tell Steve what they think of him and his bizarre Gutfeld position when we get back from the break. 1-888-465-2631. This is the longest running radio show in the state of Florida, the Steve Kane Show. Steve is here. I'm Brian Craig. Yeah, I don't know. Oh boy. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. till 9 a.m. on whatever radio station you're listening to us on right now here in South Florida. We're going to take that break. When we come back, we're going to go right back to our very busy phones. So again, stand by. Now every line on the board is lit. It's time for our bottom of the hour break. Back after this.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. Okay. Okay. Next week, I don't. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Oh boy. Oh, now I wanted to mention. I mentioned this earlier. You know, with our new format. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hey, Joe. With our new format, I hope you guys notice we have more actual talk time. We've reduced the commercial time on the program. So there's a lot more talk time each hour on the show now. And that goes also for the last segment after the gold report. The way we were doing the breaks before, after the gold report, we just had a couple minutes left. Now after the gold report, we now have another full segment at the end of the show, just to let you guys know.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom.
No, they weren't thinking about the cameras, that's for sure.
Remember, small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks turn into big problems.
I just heard a noise over here. What was that from?
Tom Laporta for a free roof inspection. 954-604-4602. And tell him Steve Kane sent you.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is what? Uh-oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you
Steve is right.
You might not be sick. You might have
Police officers, it's okay for them not to go and save people's lives.
Any lab test now of Coral Springs, or any lab test
That's
now of
crazy.
Florida. Any lab test now of Coral Springs.
Well, call in. I'll put you on.
955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call. 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Imagine buying a pair of sneakers and getting a soothing, gentle foot massage like you'd get during a relaxing pedicure just by walking. You might think this sounds too good to be true, but we think it sounds like Skechers' new Massage Fit sneakers. Because Skechers, the comfort technology company, has designed a unique innovation that makes it feel like you're pampering your feet with a gentle massage in every step. The secret is Skechers' new patented wave technology on the sole that gently massages your feet while you're walking around. It feels amazing and is so gentle you can wear them all day just like your other favorite Skechers sneakers. And not only will you be getting the massage, you'll also be getting Skechers' other famous comfort features, like a special luxury insole that offers extra support for 24/7 comfort. Plus, they come in a variety of fashionable styles, including lace-up and slip-ons, and they're machine washable for easy care. Get a bonus massage in every step with Skechers' new Massage Fit. Find them for men and women at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
This is Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Give me a call today to save up to 50% on your insulation and radiant barrier, and up to 35% on your electric bill. That's 954-939.
Okay. No, I can't. I don't have time.
954-939-1500.
You've seen the ads on TV, and you've heard your friends tell you about MyPillow. MyPillow is guaranteed the most comfortable pillow you will ever own. Right now at MyPillow.com, when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout, buy one MyPillow, get one for free. But you have to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com for this incredible offer. Buy one MyPillow, get another one free. Go to MyPillow.com right now. Use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Are you feeling over the hill? Tired? Sluggish? Taking those midday naps? Just not feeling yourself? There is help. If you want to look and feel like you did when you were young, call Dr. Mitch Matez at the BioStation West El Rey and talk to him about hormone replacement pellet therapy. Take it from me. I'm a patient. It works. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893. And make sure to tell him you heard about him on the radio.
Get it off your chest. Just call in 888-GO-KANE-1.
Hello.
You'll thank us later. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here, and we have a full board of calls. I'm not going to do any recapping. I'm just going to go back to the Phones, they're lining up for you, Steve. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Jim in Cincinnati, right south of the Columbus down here. Hey, regarding Steve, I needed to say, and it made me think that if it was a bomb and not an active shooter, and the bomb squad was filmed looking down the hall, seeing the bomb, and saying, oh my God, this thing can explode, and they ran out the door, or they didn't do anything, lack of action allowed that thing to blow up, would we be questioning the validity of this bomb squad that we pay lots of money and train lots of people for this exact thing? Would we be concerned?
You mean like, okay, like in the movies, if there was a timer with 10 seconds left? Yeah, Cincinnati. What isn't that the town that elected Jerry Springer mayor? Oh, I see how he got elected. If there was a bomb with a timer and there was 10 seconds left, no. But those guys hid in the hallway for 50 minutes while babies were being shot.
No. That's not what I said, Brian. I think you misunderstood me. I would be greatly disappointed in our bomb squad if they were called to an emergency because of a bomb, and the bomb actually was not attended to by the bomb squad in any kind of way.
Yeah.
I would be upset too. So what's your point? I agree. I think we don't...
Steve, these cops killed these kids is what we're saying. These kids are dead, a lot of them, because of the cops. What do you think, caller? And armed.
Are trained to address people with guns. No matter what kind of gun, no matter how many people, the cops know I could die. That's what they raised their hand for.
And by the way, they had lots of intel. They knew there was only one shooter. They knew who he was, and they knew where he was. And they still sat, and they had all kinds of intel. Yeah, and they sat out there for 50 minutes listening to children be murdered.
What are we debating here? Are we debating whether the cops did a good job or not?
No.
Hold on. There's no debate on that. The cops...
Oh, Steve's walking it back. Steve's walking it back, guys.
I'm not walking anything back.
Oh.
I'm saying that you're changing the...
No, it's not. We're not changing anything. We're not changing anything.
We have more of a chance of those children living because I believe Brian would go in there, or I would go in there. Why would we have more of a chance of that happening?
Brian, what do you say?
What these cops say?
Go in. Do you know you'd go in?
I would like to think I would. I answered.
Question. Hey, that wasn't the question. I would like to think I would too.
If we were trained, if
answer the question I asked. No, you would go in.
If we were trained police officers, I'm answering. No, you don't want the answer, Steve. You don't want the answer. If you and I and Cincinnati here on the line were trained police officers in full tactical gear, like these cops were, and armed, yes, we would go in. No. If we were trained police officers in full tactical gear and well armed like they were and trained, yes, we would all go in. Yeah, you sure you're thanking him? All right. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Joellen from Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Joellen.
I always say there's doers and there's onlookers. And like that guy in Parkland that ran in, he's a doer. And these people that are trained and supposed to be protecting the people, the kids. I mean, how somebody could stand there and listen to the screaming and stuff and not go in. These people want to look like GQ people and wear the badge, wear the uniform, but their heart's not in it. Either you are a doer, or you're.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Joellen. No.
When do you find that out? When do you find that out?
You are born with that, I think, because even me, I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to go in with the...
When do you find out? When do you find out if you're a doer or a sayer or whatever?
Because it happens throughout your life. For me...
You find out when it happens.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, sure.
Have you ever heard the phrase, "the moment of truth"? Do you know what that phrase means?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What is pertaining to our discussion we're having now? What does the phrase "the moment of truth" mean to you?
That means whether you're going to go in or not.
That's when you find out. That's all these questions I'm asking you. That's when they get answered.
Steve, this is insane.
So when are you doing?
These people are trained. These people are the ones that are doers. That know in their heart that they're going to go in there because that is the kind of person they are, like these Navy SEALs. I mean,
evidently not.
Even for myself, if there's something, a scuffle or something, I get in.
Listen, Joellen, Steve wants to talk about what do you do for a living? Okay, so Steve wants to talk about. Steve wants to compare well-armed, tack gear wearing, well-trained police officers to a retired lady in Fort Lauderdale, a comedian on the 5, and 2 radio talk show hosts, me and Steve, what we would do. Steve is reframing this to talk about other people because, well, I think he maybe wanting to walk this back. Steve, Joellen, are these police officers, are these cowardly police officers responsible in part for the death of those children in Uvalde?
Absolutely, that is disgusting when you see that.
That's right.
I wonder if
So you put them in jail. So you put them in.
Yes, manslaughter.
I don't know.
Manslaughter.
But you definitely get them off the.
Arrest them. Charge them with manslaughter. Find some real police.
Hold on.
Okay.
What?
Find real cops and arrest them.
Either you're an onlooker and you sit back, or you're a doer, and you know you are a doer. You know you are somebody that is going to go in, and because that is.
You know you're a doer after you've done.
You know what it is? No. You know, Joellen, I'll tell you what's going on here. Okay, Uvalde, Texas, is not the same town it was when Matthew McConaughey was a young man. It is a town filled with illegals, run by anchor babies and illegals and others, and it's a corrupt border town that's involved in all kinds of harboring of illegals. These are not real cops there. They're make-believe. You understand? It's a corrupt town.
You are a doer your whole life.
What's this doer stuff? What are we, in some corporate workshop? Are we going to bounce a beach ball around? Oh, my goodness.
Whatever.
I think if you're human, you would get involved. Hey, Joellen, thanks for the call. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
No, I'm not going to put my name out, but I'm calling up from Fort Lauderdale.
All right, go ahead, Fort Lauderdale.
I listen to your show occasionally. I actually do not know, really, either one of you, who you are, what you do for the station. I know it's about ratings and all that, but this is like a non-joking matter. As for your sidekick over there, this guy obviously has never probably saved a life or helped somebody in his whole life. So, with what I do for work, I'm hired to save, protect, if need be, bring harm to someone that's bringing harm to other people. Not classified as...
You're a police officer, right?
No.
Are you a police officer?
Let me give you my background, okay? Fraternity out of California, couples got together and we formed what we do. That's those that we fit inside of a fraternity. If you know anything about a fraternity, which I doubt that. So, you bring in pledges, you educate them, you obviously have a good time, you make a success out of life, and that's what a fraternity of brotherhood is. It's referred to policemen, it's referred to firemen, it's referred to friends. With that being said, the police officers only...
It might take a minute for it to go dead.
Actually, one of them needs to step forward and resign. He was all on his own. That will set a precedent that the whole world already knows that needs to be done.
I would think that I'd have nothing, no criticism in that position.
You failed at your job. Just like if you failed at your job in this radio station.
Right. Hey, sir, take a breath. Take a breath. I don't disagree with you.
I am, but you're right.
Should they be fired? Yes. What?
Good morning, sir.
I realize you're trying to make fun out of this, but it's not a funny subject.
No, he's serious, caller. No, Steve is serious. We're not trying to be fun here. This is not funny, and we're not. This isn't. No. No, he's not. Steve's not trying to be funny. Steve's not trying to be funny. He's deadly serious.
If on your website, you're going to see a lot of people aren't happy with.
Well, we're doing the survey with the callers on the phone, of which you're one. But hey, listen, we got to run for a break. Callers on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Back with the Gold Report after this.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Show on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, let's check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
Okay, how are the metals looking today?
Metals looking weak right now, along with the rest of the economy. The stock market, after a failed attempt to rally yesterday, also caused a failed attempt for the precious metals to rally also. Gold getting up at one point, but then closing down $1.60 at $1,724.40. Silver was the only one gaining, or one of the ones that gaining 29 cents yesterday at $19.21 as it continues to try to maintain a $19 base price. Platinum was up $13 at $856, while palladium was down $52 at $1,918 the ounce. This morning we see the precious metals lower on an anticipated much lower stock market. As I said, the attempt to rally that market died yesterday. The economy is such that the concerns of not only inflation but a recession going forward by much of the populace is now causing even the banks to increase their reserves for failed loans, which is putting a lot of concerns in the economy. And that pushed all of the markets down this morning. Gold right now at $1,710.40. That's down $25.20. Silver down 72 cents right now, or 71 cents at $18.50 the ounce. Platinum down $22 at $834, and palladium down $60 at $1,858. The dollar continues to be very strong, and that in light of the fact that the euro now is around $1 even, and basically the flight to the dollars is just really saying that the rest of the world's currencies are also awash with debt and problems.
Yeah, and of course at William Youngerman's right here in Boca, they open up weekdays at 10 a.m. All the metals are available for immediate delivery. Gold, silver, platinum, it's all there available for immediate delivery. And you heard buying opportunities. The metals are on sale. Give them a call at 10 a.m. 800-327-5010. 800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com, or just stop right in. Located at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngerman, we'll touch base and finish out the week tomorrow.
Okay, have a great day.
All right.
Grab your coffee and get ready to be triggered. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. It is the Steve Kane Radio Show. Our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. We have not yet heard from anyone who agrees with your position, Steve. We've heard from at least 2 police officers, one a NYPD lieutenant who is says you are 100% wrong. These cops are cowards.
Wait a minute. I consider the last caller to be very reasonable, and I count him in my camp. You know what he said? He said they should be fired. I agree with that. There's no problem with that. That's an appropriate response. Yes, I think they should be fired. No, I don't think they should be cops. But that's different than putting them in jail. Don't you understand?
Yeah, but I support them going to jail.
Well, that's not to me, that is an irrational response.
Oh, okay. All right. So you don't believe the coward cop from Parkland should be facing charges, multiple child endangerment charges? He's going to trial. You don't support that? Those charges should be dropped.
I think this issue that you created about bravery. I don't think people should be put in jail for lack of bravery. I think,
Steve, they're like soldiers. They're like soldiers. If you got soldiers on the battlefield, if Biden sends U.S. troops into Ukraine and they refuse to fight, what do? Fire them? Discharge them? Or do you charge them? Yes, you go to jail for that. Yes, you go to jail for that. Yeah, if you're in the service, you go to Leavenworth. That's right. They don't. If you run away and hide or refuse to go towards the enemy and you're in the service, you go to Leavenworth. You're court-martialed. Yes. All right. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Oh my goodness. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Al, just a few blocks away from Young
Get rid.
No, he might agree with. You called the show. That's what you did wrong. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is John, calling from Columbus.
Hey, John. Turn off, John. Turn off the audio, whatever device you're listening to us on in the background. All right.
Okay, it's down.
Okay, go ahead.
I cut your show late, so I'm probably 20 minutes behind. But I just found the case information. You said you wasn't able to.
Oh, the Jesse Waters story. Yeah, the illegal guy that was arrested for raping the 10-year-old. Yeah. Okay, what do you got for us?
I sent that to your email that I had for you.
Okay, I'll check my email for it. All right, appreciate it. Thanks so much. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Once. Yeah, you're on the air. What's your name?
This is Sam.
Hey, Sam.
I used to work for the city of Glendale as a power operator in the station. On the way home one day, this old lady screaming. This is back in 1968. She's screaming, help, somebody just stole my purse. And I was driving my Red Plymouth Fury convertible down the street, got that message from her, and I chased the guy. I saw the guy make a turn down the block. I went after him. He pulled over, opened his door. So I don't have anything. But what happened was he threw the purse out the window as I was chasing him. So the old lady got her purse back, and guess what? Had $4,000 in it. And this was back in 1968.
Oh, wow.
You could buy a new Cadillac at that time, no problem. And guess what? It turned to be the police chief's mother-in-law or something. So anyway, they gave me a big police commendation. It was funny in hell.
Wow.
At work, but everybody at work condemned me. They said, you're crazy. You would chase that guy. You could have got shot. You could have got killed. They were all cowards.
And so the Uvalde police, I say they're cowards, should be arrested and charged with manslaughter. Steve says, fire them and maybe they can get a job at a department somewhere else. What are your thoughts, caller? Uvalde police.
Retrained or tested.
Retrained?
But nobody knew it? I can't do it.
You think, Brian, you don't think there was a problem with their training?
I think there was a problem in their screening and their recruitment process. They should all be fired and charged with crimes and convicted and go to jail. They killed more people than OJ.
Agree with that, caller?
Yes, because I chased the guy, that guy with the that was in his car.
Yeah, and yours was I'm sorry, Steve. You're not going to find help on the phones. You're not going to find agreement. You're off in Greg Gutfeld land here. If I can get Greg Gutfeld on the line, you guys can agree with each other. But you and Greg Gutfeld are not going to find support with that. No. And his whole analogy is just stupid. I like Greg Gutfeld. I'm a fan of his. But his position on this is just stupid. He's a comedian. You're a talk show host. We're not trained. Yeah, sure. You've got it. They're trained and well armed and protected. Yes, they're called police training. Correct. And they do active shooter training too. No, mine's the same. Don't try to change my position. No.
Don't overtalk me. Don't overtalk.
See, there's regret.
We started the show, and your position was you didn't know that you would go in. You thought you.
No, it's not about me. You want to talk about me. We're talking about the cops. You don't want to talk about the cops. Well, that's what the topic is, Steve. That's the topic, is the cops. Are they cowards? Should they go to jail? What should happen to them? That's the topic, not what civilians would do. Well, yeah, you're talking about something else. You're talking about something else.
These people should go to jail.
Correct. The cops.
They're cops.
Yes. Their crime's even worse. Yeah. If they were not police officers, no. Correct. Correct. If they were not police officers.
So it's equal justice.
Steve, they have taken an oath to protect and defend the community. In this instance, since it resulted in death, I believe jail. I'd put them in jail. Put me on that jury. I'll convict them all.
I don't. Yeah, I believe you try to do that, but
yeah,
I think you'd get away.
Yeah. Okay. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
From Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, Deborah.
Hey, Deb.
Hey. I love y'all. Sorry it's a festival. The thing is, I totally agree with you, Brian. Those were human lives. They were innocent children. They should be punished to the maximum extent of the law. And they should, I personally, I wouldn't let him out for a long time. And standing there with
hold on. No one, first of all, no one has, other than on this show this morning with my partner here, no one has even suggested putting him in jail.
I am. Others are. I'm not the only. A lot of people are. Yeah, sure. A lot, and others are too.
I think. Go ahead, man.
I even had a friend on my Facebook page from the UK. He worked with the Queen in the court. He's a past soldier. He said he couldn't have stood there and hearing people on the phone or whatever they heard, or with kids in there. No. I say something bad. No offense, they should never. In my opinion, I'm not sure they should even.
Well, this is what I was talking about, caller. This town of Uvalde is a corrupt Texas town filled with illegals, anchor babies, and corrupt public officials. We saw this with the school district police chief who got elected to the city council. It's a corrupt town. It's like Chicago back in the 30s, you know. It's just a corrupt town. And the people that get the fat police jobs there are not great people. They're somebody's cousin or uncle or brother or something. It's that kind of town. And that's how it is. Yes, they should go to jail. There are babies that are dead because of them.
Exactly.
Yes, they should go to jail. Yes.
Over there. They wasted taxpayers' money even going over there. Just sit in your comfortable chair, draw a paycheck for nothing. Because it was a wasted effort to even be.
Yeah, that's right.
The department down here in Fort Lauderdale is embarrassed by what they did in Uvalde. Embarrassed? Yeah, that's the extent.
Well, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted by them. I don't think these are real cops. I do not think these are real cops. We've talked to 3 or 4 officers this morning. All of them are disgusted by these so-called cops in Uvalde.
It's just sad, if you're gonna act like a criminal, just sit there. Why, don't even go. So, if you're that strain of thinking, I don't get it. I can't imagine any human being allowed.
What do you think about? There were 2 cops in particular that were really disgusting. The hand sanitizer guy and the other cop who wanted to make sure that his shield didn't fall on the floor. Did you see that guy?
If this thing was going to court, what kind of penalty would you add on for the hand sanitizer?
Oh, he'd get a couple extra years for that. He'd get a couple extra years for that. Yeah, uncaring, sadistic sicko. That's like it's like BTK. Yes, no empathy. That's like BTK. Watching that guy with the 2 squirts.
They might need a psychiatrist on the...
Yeah, well, they might need a lawyer. Hey, listen, caller. Welcome to the show. Thanks for your call. A lot of new callers today, and from our new stations, which is spectacular. Thank you all. And don't be misguided by Steve's liberal position today. He is a strong, loyal, MAGA Trump conservative, regardless of what he sounds like this morning. All right? It's the Steve Kane Radio Show. Steve Kane is here. My name is Brian Craig. We're on the air weekdays from 5 a.m. till 9 a.m., taking your live calls on the radio. To the new callers from the new stations, welcome. And your comments from all of our callers today has been spectacular. With that being said, God bless America. God bless Donald Trump. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. See you tomorrow morning. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. See you tomorrow morning.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies is here.
Yeah, see, I was talking earlier about how we have longer segments now. If you guys notice, we have longer segments, including the last segment after the Gold Report. We have a full segment. Because I know a lot of you, because our old schedule, the Gold Report, we'd be done and we just have a couple minutes left. Now we have a full segment after the Gold Report. So I know a lot of people might have been in the habit of like bugging out in the last segment. Thanks for not doing that. With that being said, I got to run. I think Steve will want to walk that back. Very bizarre position. Hey, thanks for watching, everyone. Before you go, subscribe if you're not subscribed, please. And like the video, everyone. Liking the video helps me out a lot. When you like the video, it tells the YouTube algorithm to recommend this video and all my content to people that have not yet found me. And that helps me a lot. So please like the video before you go. Thanks for watching again. Take care, everyone.